Can you talk about what it is to be a receiver in a Mike Leach passing game offense?
That was awesome. I mean, the second I heard he was coming, it's kind of a blessing, you know. I mean, air raid, you hear all about it, throwing 60 times a game. There's really not much you can ask for. You can air it out, everybody gets touches.
On your left, back row.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. The come-from-behind victory at Jordan-Hare Stadium last year was a pretty memorable one for you guys. I know it was memorable for the folks in Auburn as well. Your memories of being able to dig out of that hole, and both your teammates and Mike Leach talked about how the coaching staff stayed very confident throughout that game, even as Auburn took an early lead. Your memories of that game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't start out ideal when it's 28-3, kind of looking at each other like, all right, here we go. But it was great to see the team, kind of the confidence, morale, and nothing wavered. There's always a belief there. 'Cause, I mean, you can't get out of a hole like that if anybody's, you know, half in. You got to be fully committed, all in. There wasn't a doubt. You know, we go in at halftime, I think it was 28-10 at that point. And just kind of look each other in the eye like, all right, we're going to do it, make it happen, and just kind of go out and believe and execute.
To your right, third row.
Tyler Shaw with KBTX in College Station. Kind of going off that, but just with another game, you know, when you guys were the underdogs and beat A&M at Kyle Field last year, just what kind of were your memories from that game, and how much are you looking forward to playing them again in Starkville?
It's always such a really cool environment. You know, the fans, they got that place rocking. I don't know how much, 100,000, however much it holds. It was very memorable. Coming out of halftime, just kind of like, you know, 2 quarters left, got to finish this thing, kind of play-by-play, drive-by-drive. They're, you know, a really talented, athletic team. It was just cool to kind of see us come together once again, have that belief, have that commitment, you know, finish it.
To your right, fourth row.
Justin Woodard, KXTV, College Station. Your quarterback really emerged last year, Will. 36 touchdowns, all the yards he had, getting a lot of preseason love already. Just what do you expect from number 2 again this year?
Will is definitely one of the hardest workers in the building. What I loved seeing this offseason, a bunch of film study. He's really trying to become a student of the game. I mean, you know, he's pulling up Texas Tech film from Coach Leach, whatever it may be. He's trying to find any edge he can get, and I love how he does that. He leads from the front. I hope we continue to make the bounds. Our whole offense continue to make bounds. You know, that's our improvement from, you know, 2 years ago to last year. You know, we can just build on that, just kind of everybody get on the same page. Got a lot more reps on our belt. You know, got a lot of experience coming back.
To your left in the back row.
I'm friends with Ra-Ra's high school coach, so I need to ask about not just what Ra-Ra brings, but some of the other receivers in that room and what they do so well for this team.
Yeah, specifically Ra-Ra. I mean, coming in as a freshman, you know, really just like a deep ball threat right off the bat. His ball skills are really, really good. He's just natural with it in his hands. And I'm really excited to see him grow and kind of take that next step in his sophomore year. And like I said, I think we got a lot of depth with the receiver room. We brought in a couple of transfers, a couple of freshmen come in. And I'm excited to see. I think we're going to have a lot of competition at every spot, which is good. I think it's going to make us grow.
Right here in the front row.
Hi, Austin. AP Stedham, WHEP, Foley, Alabama. Austin, how did you develop such good hands, and what else are you doing to become a better receiver?
I try in the offseason. I guess I try to pride myself. You know, try to catch as many balls as I possibly can. I try not to worry about, you know, catching more of these other guys, or it may be just I set a really high standard for myself, and I'm kind of, I guess, try to be my toughest critic. So I'm always just trying to do more and try to raise my ceiling all I can. As a receiver, just continuing to grow my understanding of the game. I would really love to, you know, read defenses better, understand it from a defensive point of view, so I can, you know, best, you know, take advantage of my opportunities.
Fourth row on the right.
You've been to media days before, so I'm just curious, which do you prefer? You know, when you were in Alabama or here in Atlanta?
I'll be honest, it was really cool being on the private jet. So it was 30 minutes to Alabama and 55 minutes here. I mean, I'm not too picky. You know, they're both really, you know, awesome experiences.
Front row here.
Austin, one of my favorite questions is, if someone did not know you, what would be the most important thing you would want them to know about you?
I'm a Christian, a believer in God.
Okay, to your right on the fourth row.
Austin, those close losses, LSU, like Memphis and Arkansas, right? Just being so close. What do you think your team took from those, and I guess how do you take that learning experience this year, maybe come out on the right end of on the stick in those close games like that?
Yeah, it was tough for us. I know we had 3 games. We lost by a total of 8 points. We got to learn to finish games. That's something we definitely took into the offseason. We got to finish games, whatever it is. We got to find a way, kind of band together, don't have that quit like we did in a couple. Like on the opposite end, we did really well in a couple tough environments. Those are just ones you can't let slip. You got opportunities, you got to make the most of them. We got to have guys step up and just gotta continue to come together and have that belief.
We'll go back to the third row here on the right.
Maybe something, what's happened this off season, or what gives you confidence you guys have improved and you'll have a better 2022 season?
I really like who we got in the locker room, honestly. I like the guys we got. I feel like everybody's on the same page, kind of banding together. There's not a lot of guys taken away from our goal, or if any. I feel like everybody's on the same mission, same path. That's important. Everybody's gonna be pulling in the same direction, right? We don't got a lot of guys pulling apart. And I think that's been really well. I just liked what we've done this offseason. I think we're really working hard, competing.
What are the biggest challenges to competing in the SEC West?
I mean, it's toughest, division of football without a doubt. But that's why we come here. It's awesome. I mean, everybody wants the opportunity to play on the biggest stage, and you're playing against NFL players, every week, regardless of what you're doing. And that's an awesome opportunity. You got a chance to go out there and perform, showcase your abilities, and I mean, it's more of like an opportunity than a challenge.
Front row.
Last year, when your team experienced some issues in the kicking game, did you have a lot of people that actually tried to walk on or came for the tryouts? And did you ever think of trying out for the kicking game?
I mean, I'm not one to talk about issues. I mean, I'd say in the offense, we could have scored in the red zone. Defense, we could have made stops, right? I'm not going to highlight or put them down just because, they had opportunities. I mean, they had field goals we made, right? I mean, touchdown 6 points, right? And we lost 3 games by a total of 8 points. So we could have done something more on our end. And in terms of tryouts and all that, that's coaches. I really don't know what happened or not happened. I'm a play receiver.
Okay, third row again.
You said, playing in the SEC West, you're basically playing against NFL players. Who are some of the best DBs in this conference that you've had to go up against?
Last year at Auburn, Smoke Monday, a couple of those guys really talented. I didn't have a chance to go against McCreary at Auburn, but I thought he was a really good player. It's tough to really single out some other guys. Everybody, every time, there's always going to be NFL guys everywhere you go, right? I know A&M's got a couple guys coming back that there's some really good potential. I can't really single them out. There's a bunch of guys.
To your left, back row.
As the one offensive player selected to represent Mississippi State, you're sort of representing that entire side of the ball. Is there anyone who's had a really impressive offseason that you think deserves some recognition?
Sorry, I'm just thinking through. We got a bunch of guys that have done really well. I think our running back room, something that's just kind of under the radar. We got some really, really good guys in there that do a lot for us. They don't get necessarily the recognition they deserve. We got Woody and Dylan Johnson, and we got a bunch of other guys. We got Bull. It's Hargrove his last name. And I think that's a group that's really worked hard. They make leaps and bounds. They're always, they're always leading from the front.
We have time for a final question. Is there anything else? All right, Austin, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.